Come on, vibe with it. We out the box with it. Come on, vibe with it. We out the box with it. Push everything you heard to the back and side. Turn your speakers up if you feel the vibe. We speaking out the box. Welcome to the tribe, and nothing is off limits 'cause the people need it now. Come on, vibe with it. We out the box with it. Come on, vibe with it.
Can you ask that question one more time?
We bite.
So we can chew on this for a second, then we got to get up out of here. We got 7 minutes. We got 7 minutes left.
7 minutes.
Should ministry be for profit?
I'll go first.
I mean,
and then
I'm gonna keep shaking my
okay.
head, but keep talking.
ministry is not for profit, right? It's not.
Okay.
I don't believe ministry is for profit
Okay.
when you are sharing the gospel of Jesus. There's not a you can't even pay me what that's worth. You know what I'm saying? You can't pay for salvation. You can't pay what that's worth. However, there are certain ministry is profitable though. While ministry is not for profit. So me teaching, preaching the gospel is not for profit. But if I'm a celebrity and I write a book about me preaching, teaching the gospel, now my ministry has now become profitable. While my intention is not to make money off of the gospel. However, in this capitalistic society that we live in, anything can become a product.
Okay.
So I think there's a wisdom to be had. There's a very fine line that you toe when you get into ministry and money, in that in some ways it seems like a person might be preaching for money when all the while, like, no, just what they're doing is profitable.
So I do think you should get a profit from it.
Okay.
I do think though that you should, to a certain extent.
Right.
Not the teaching.
Right.
I've always been confused when it comes to the teaching.
Okay.
But when it comes to the work part of it, so
Right.
the counseling,
Right.
the day-to-day work
Right.
of it,
Right.
I do think that there is a profit that should be done behind that. But I do think people do make a profit. They intentionally will write a book to come
Yeah.
up. And so I think that's a matter of the heart. But I do think that you could find yourself in a position, a work position.
Right.
But I do also know that some people get paid. Like you look at the books and you like, y'all, you cooking these books. Like,
Yes.
how you making this much money?
Yes.
And you doing this. And so I think that that's where it gets fuzzy.
Right.
But I do think that you should.
Anytime you
there
start
should be
talking about
some-
money, that do something.
I do think that there should be some form of a profit from doing the day-to-day work, not from teaching. Like you doing that's just teaching. But I'm
what you
talking
do.
about if you're doing day-to-day stuff, yeah, I think that changes it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would say, just based off of my own proclivities, I don't take anything from the church. And it's not because...
Why not?
I don't take anything from the church. My wife doesn't take anything from the church because, one, I almost quoted somebody, but I'm not going to quote them. But realistically, I know what I was getting paid at AT&T, and right now the church can't afford me. That's number one. Number two, my goal is to see the church be a self-sustaining entity.
Right.
That is my goal, because in order for communities to change, the church has to be able to take on the brunt of what's going on in the community and not fail. So I can't make a profit off of something when there needs to be more stability in the community. You know, if the community is straight and it's got a surplus, and then I want to think about potentially getting something, then I will.
Yes.
Like
That makes sense.
he said, you know, you do this so there'll be meat in mine house.
Right.
So there's an obligation for there to be something coming
provision.
in to his house. But that was also when the minister or the priest lived in the temple. I'm not living in the temple.
Right.
I'm living in my house. The temple ain't had nothing to do with my house.
Yeah.
I ain't reporting none of that money on the application to U.S. Bank, so
Yeah.
I can't try to include that to try to pad my pockets or nothing like that. Now, if there's an agreement because the church wants to do something, then by all means. But no, and it's just me.
Right,
I'm not frowning upon anybody that does it. But what does it say? 2 Timothy 3:16 say all scripture is what is it? Given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine. That's why I know profit. You know, it's profitable for doctrine. So if it ain't helping the church grow, I don't need the money. If it's not helping somebody learn more about Christ, I don't need the money unless I'm trying to show them, hey, God will provide everything. But then now I'm showing them, hey, you probably want to start you a church because you'll get you some money.
Yeah.
And it's just for me.
I think that's happened.
It's a gray area that it needs to be more black and white before we start graying it. You know what I'm saying? And so, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world? Because all money gonna do is make me good here.
Right.
Because money answereth all things, but the love of money is the root of all evil. So now I'm looking at it like, can I really do without? Because just like God blessed with the vision for the ministry, and I got a job paying me so much money, we cool.
We good.
You know, man, we super coolie. We extra Gucci. So
1059.
1059. So I would say that it can be profitable. There is, if you are doing stuff outside the confines, then there's ways, if you're a nonprofit organization, to set up a way that you get paid salary for the things that you do.
Yep.
And it don't come out the coffers of the church.
Yeah, man. Live OTB 365 on YouTube.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe. The Spotify link is going to be posted on the video so you can get this playlist.
Merry Christmas.
Also, Merry Christmas to all. Happy New Year.
Jesus is the reason.
Jesus is the reason for the season.
Jesus is the reason, and we got to roll. Love y'all.
All right. Later.
Love y'all. Hey, and if you're looking for a place to worship, 1281 Ada Drive, Rantoul, Illinois 61866, Exceed Church. We'll be there at 3. It's going down.